everyone, I'm Viti. Today I'm going to show how to configure recruitment management using FETIAS. This recruitment process is a new hire onboarding process. Let's start. First, I create module recruitment. I add the information needed for recruitment process, such as candidate name, position, email, address, for resume, I select to files types because I want to allow them to upload files. Then, yeah, I put gender. I select in an option male, female. Next, I continue adding other information such as for interview date, interviewer. For interviewer, yeah, I want to change to module type and select employee module, information linked to name. Continue. Then the interview type, I also select information type select at option face-to-face or online. Next, I add, for example, maybe suitable, these two later on to indicate as a checkbox. And also like maybe, department and joining date. Sorry, joining date. Okay, so now we have successfully added the informations related to recruitment. You can see under the information section. Then we move to next activity. So activities, it's the actions that are required for this recruitment process. What the officers will do, how they're going to update each state. So I add activity like verify. Then I want to add the information to check whether these candidates are suitable or not. Click OK. Then I continue adding the rest. Schedule interview. And I also want to customize the form with schedule date, interviewer. You can actually search for information here and the time. And in this form, I want to make sure these three fields are filled without submitting empty. So I make it required. You can see it's indicating in red color. We continue at the next activity. Pending result. accept or reject, cancel. Yep. We have successfully added the activities. Now we continue to the next section, which is the state. State is hard to indicate the status of the records, each record. So initial, by default, the first state is becoming initial. So I want to name it like new, indicating this the new new candidate application. Then suitable candidate, interview scheduled, pending result, rejected, cancel. Yeah. So now you can see we have also added few state according to the process. These are the actually other examples that I want to show you for my recruitment process. So the final part is about the flow. The flow is where we're going to do the relationship between the activities and the state. So as I mentioned earlier, the initial state I want as a new. So I select from new state. We can do verify activity. And yeah, so here actually I want to do some conditional. So we can turn on the condition. Then I want to select as suitable candidate and click to enable condition. How to set this condition actually, because initially, if you remember, I've added information suitable. Yeah. So after I select here, if the entries are in the records, there's a suitable, if there's a check, then it should go to suitable candidate state. Otherwise, it would be like, maybe I put rejected. And click OK. So here you can see it's actually a condition. New state, when we perform verify, if there is suitable, then we go to suitable candidate state or rejected. Then the suitable candidate, I continue adding the flow for the scheduled interview, then to interview schedule. Interview scheduled, go to pending result, pending result. So here from pending result, accept, then it go to higher. And same thing, pending result, reject, you go back to rejected. And finally, from any state, I want to select cancel, indicate, go to cancel state. Save. Now we go back to web client and see how the recruitment module looks like. Okay, here the module recruitment, I click new. Yeah, so we can see by default, this FETIAS platform is actually auto-generate those information that we added earlier into the default form. But still, there is option for us to customize it. But first of all, I just want to show you, if you can see the gender type with the options, the interviewer, which I link to the employee module name. They can actually select the name and the upload file, input type, dates, and also the interview type. So now I want to show how to customize this form. We go back to Studio. We go to the standard section. Here, I want to do for create, which means I want to customize the form for the create new recruitment records. So here I'm I go here, then I drag and drop those information needed for the creating new applicant records. So here you can actually, you see, you can actually drag and drop, you can arrange the information accordingly. All right. So here for the create, I only need these 7 informations are required. And also I can set candidate name and the position, contact number, email, and also the resume. These are the required. Gender and address is not as optional. I want to set as optional. Then I click save. Let's go back to client mode. We click new. Yeah, so you can see now the new page is only contained with the information that we customize in this create form. And also there's a red color indicating what are the information actually required. That means you can't make it empty. Okay, it's actually pretty straightforward to setting that condition for this. Now we go back to Studio. Let me continue for the other activity form. Yes, so here in the activity form, verify, we have already put the suitable condition. Yeah, so this one, I don't want to make it mandatory because it's only suitable, we're going to check. If not, we're just going to leave it and continue with the process. Yeah. And now I also want to do for the create and for the default for the view. So for view, I actually want to use back the default. I want to customize. So here maybe I want to give a nicer look. So I'm going to use one of the elements here. Maybe I select a section. Then here I input maybe saying candidate details. So inside this section, so I'm going to drag and drop to mention to make it to look nicer to each section. Yeah. Gender. All right. So below part is the same thing. I'm also going to do another section. Here I'm going to put like interview details. In the last section, saying hiring detail like the department and join date. We click save. Let's go back to client view. We refresh. Yeah. So let's start with one sample. We put there is option for you to select the country code. I just stick with Malaysia code. For CV. All right, so we just added a new record. You can see the state is new. Then there is a view button. I click view. Yeah, so now you can see it's the view form, which we actually customize. just now. It's actually, you can see with the section indicating the first section is the candidate details, followed by interview details, and the bottom part is about the hiring detail. So in new state, if I select the record, you can see there's a prompt to button, which is the activity that we configured just now to verify or cancel. So verify state, you see when I click verify, showing the suitable checkbox. So if I tick and done, it go to the suitable candidate. If I go to, let's say, another record, so the second record, same, initial new state, select this record and click verify. Then I find it's like not suitable. So I use the comment section here to type not suitable and click done. If we actually go to the rejected state. So this is how we actually configure the condition. There is also option for us to view how the flow for the recruitment look like. So you can actually click the view flow to view this process flow. Yeah, you can see the state new, then there is a condition to verify. It's going to, when it's true, going to the suitable candidate, otherwise it go to the rejected, and we continue with the process. Right. So now before we continue, I continue with the process. Let's go back to Studio, and for the accept action activity, I want to input the hiring details. So for hiring detail, I want to select the department. I want to assign the candidates going for which department, and also the joining date. I also make it as a required field. Save. Yeah. If you can see, when we scroll down to the below section, there's a listing. Okay, this listing actually we can use to separate different listing for multiple purposes. For example, for easy access, or for give permission to different individual, maybe someone from officer one from HR to only to check or input the records, new applicants, and someone to, to schedule the interview, or someone to go and accept, which is actually to approve the candidate acceptance, something like that. So I'm showing how to add to the listing. We click new, add, then I type the listing. Now I'm going to do based on the condition. So I type new, then under the filter condition, I click add new condition, select this ID, then I select state. State is new, then also the listing, customize the listing. So I don't want to select everything. There is actually total 21 informations in this column selection. I just select with ID, state, date, and candidate name, position, yeah, maybe gender. And I click OK. And also I want to add the audit, saying created, when it's created, and also the last change by, for example. Then I click OK. Then click save. So let's go back again. We refresh the client view for the recruitment module. Now it should show, yeah, the new list. You can see there's a new list. But if you wonder why there is no record, because the record that we actually created just now, it's actually not a new state. It's already in a different state. One is like rejected, one is like candidate, suitable candidate. So we have to continue to add the listing. So the best part here in FETIAS for the listing part, I don't need to click new again if I want to use the same design, but with the different condition. I just duplicate the current one. I change to the listing name only. Sorry, candidate. Suitable candidate. Yeah. And we can keep on doing that for other part. Let me see for interview. Pending result. Okay, and I also want to do a archive list. So in this archive list, I actually want to filter like more than one state. For example, I want to do a state rejected and cancel. So I click new condition. I search for all condition. You can see all condition. Then I just drag and drop. Select rejected. And I want another conditions for state cancel. I just click task and select the state is cancel. So this indicating the archive list will contain those rejected. So those candidates that rejected or cancelled is actually removed to this listing. Okay. Then I click save. We go back to client view to see how the new looks for the recruitment module. Yeah. So you can see now we have almost like a 6 listing separated by the state, which is new suitable candidate. Yeah, now we can see the first record, suitable candidate, interview listing, pending results, hired and archive, and rejected. Yeah, it's actually go to the archive list. So to continue with the process, we go to the suitable candidate, then I click schedule interview. Yeah, here we can select the interview date. For example, I want to interview date tomorrow. Currently, I do for date only. If we can also do for daytime to also select what's the date and the time as well. But I just go with the date first. And interviewer, I select how maybe Viti and type online. Then click done. Then this, you see, it's no longer in suitable candidate list. It will move to interview schedule. So from here, actually, we can see for the quick access, right? We can actually go, if you have any new hire, we just go to the new listing, click new add, or if there's any existing record, you can see. Then same thing goes for interview part. You actually go to the interview listing and you can see those interview state records. So let's continue with the process. Interview schedule. If I select, let's say once the interview already done, so the HR officer, they come back and just click to update, saying that pending result, and click done. Then we go to the pending result. So once the HR already processed and the manager, those decision makers, they already made the decision about which candidate they're going to accept. So then once they get the decision, they come back here for the pending result, select the entry, then they can actually do, is it this candidate, the ROI is accept or reject. If accept, they click to accept, and then they continue to input, let's say this candidate will belong to engineering department, then the join date will be 28th December, then click done. Then it will move to higher listing. So Yeah, so these are the simple recruitment process that I show you guys how to build using FETIAS platform. There is still other options for us. We can always, it's very flexible. We can always add new activities, or we want to rename it, or how you want to change, customize the process flow according to your own recruitment process. Yeah, so that's all. So we actually done with the simple recruitment process. I hope this video help you guys to configure your own process for recruitment or any other business process. You guys can actually give a try using a FETIAS platform. Thanks, and see you next time.